Hey, this is LA from LA Show. Thank you so much for tuning back into another episode of LA Show's current events. Please hit the subscribe button and notification bell for more. Now let's get into these stories. Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm back. Finally, I know it's been a while. I had to take a break, lay low. I had a lot of things I had to do within my personal life. But just know I was thinking about you all every day, and I want to thank you guys so much for supporting this platform. Of course, I've still been on my social media platforms, my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter page, so please click the links in the description box and follow me. Also, click the link to support this platform. You can donate via Cash App. I really would appreciate it. You guys know what's going on. Let's get into the news. So I know a lot of my West Coast family has seen and heard a lot about the fires and the frightening red skies that are going on in parts of the West Coast. This image you're seeing right now is an image of a fire tornado that has taken place in a part of California, but we will get to that a little bit later. I got an article here from CNN.com. A California fire sparked by a gender reveal party has grown to more than 10,000 acres. This was posted on September 8th of 2020. A fire sparked by a pyrotechnic device used during a gender reveal party has burned more than 10,000 acres since Saturday. The El Dorado fire in Southern California's San Bernardino County has scorched 10,574 acres and was 16% contained as of Tuesday, according to fire officials, who say it's one of the most dangerous fires they've seen in the area. The fire was caused by a smoke-generating pyrotechnic device used at a party on Saturday morning in El Dorado Ranch Park in Yucapa, about 70 miles east of LA, CAL FIRE investigators determined. Evacuations have been ordered in the area as homes have been threatened. About 87 large wildfires are burning across the U.S., with California hit the hardest. I have an article here from CNET.com, 2020 wildfires in California and West, everything we know and how you can help. This was posted September 11th of 2020. An unprecedented fire season is wreaking havoc across the western U.S. with wildfires tearing across multiple states and air quality plummeting. At least 10 people have been killed and over 3,000 homes destroyed since the season began. California's wildfires, driven by extreme blazes in August and September, have already burned more acres than any year on record. As of Thursday, there are blazes burning in at least 10 western states, according to the Interagency Incident Information System. The images and stories coming out of the U.S. West are eerily reminiscent of those experienced by Australians in early 2020. In January, vast swaths of Australia burned. The skies turned orange and smoke blanketed the country's largest cities. Entire cities were flattened. Now across the Pacific, this grim history is repeating. San Francisco has turned red and orange, smoke blotting out the sun. There are glimmers of hope as a freak blizzard slowed fire growth in Colorado. But in a sign of things to come, the fire season is yet to peak, and major fires have broken out in both Oregon, where hundreds of homes have been lost, and Washington, where more of the state burned in 24 hours than in 12 of the last 18 fire seasons. So the article goes in more depth with these certain cities and what they're experiencing. Also, it does discuss ways that you can help. Red Cross, Disaster Relief and Recovery Fund, Global Giving, Direct Relief, the California Community Foundation, GoFundMe, the Salvation Army, California Fire Education Fund, and much, much more that you can help out with. Just make sure you go about vetting out these agencies before donating. Just take a look into them. You know what I'm saying? It is also being reported that Governor Gavin Newsom is allowing a law to pass for former inmates to become professional firefighters. And I find that very, very interesting, especially in this time that we're in. So be safe, you guys. And of course, my heart goes out to everybody that has to experience this. People are kind of putting this as a apocalyptic type of scenario. And I just want everybody to be safe. So I know I have a couple followers over on the West Coast. Let me know how you guys are doing.
Weeknights at 9 Eastern.
So amid the nationwide protests over racial injustice, a case here in Georgia is certainly getting new attention. Authorities have reopened the investigation into the death of a 40-year-old mother of 5 at a party where she was the only African American. Linda Kincaid spoke with the woman's family in this interview.
With a beaming smile and a sparkle in her eye, Tamla Horsford was a ray of light, according to her family. A mother of 5 boys who put everyone else first.
Super mom. She made sure she could provide for them. She was always the type of person who would stand up for the little guy, you know?
Now her tragic death is seeing renewed cries for justice in the midst of a nationwide movement.
It's unfortunate that it has to take other people's heartbreak and other people's loss for the proper attention to be given to this case.
First of all, I want to say my condolences goes out to the family of Tamla Horsford. As you all very well know, I have been covering this case ever since I heard about it a couple years back. I am very, very happy that the family has taken time out of their busy schedules from fighting for justice for Tamla to be able to address the public. I have an article here from 11alive.com. After suspicious death at adult sleepover, family wants answers to how mother of 5 died. Amid renewed discussions about race, politics, and equal treatment under the law, the case has sparked a public outcry. This was posted on September 8th of 2020. Authorities have reopened the investigation into the mysterious death of a black mother in Metro Atlanta. Police ruled Tamla Horsford's death at an adult sleepover party in 2018 as accidental, but amid renewed discussions about race, politics, and equal treatment under the law, the case has sparked a public outcry. Celebrities join more than 500,000 people are calling for justice. CNN's Linda Kincaid reports that Horsford's family is now speaking out. With a beaming smile and a sparkle in her eye, Tamla Horsford was a ray of light, according to her family, a mother of 5 boys who put everyone else first. Supermom. She made sure she could provide for them. She was always the type of person who would stand up for the little guy, Summer St. John's, Tamla Horsford's sister, said. Now her tragic death is seeing renewed cries for justice in the midst of a nationwide movement. It's unfortunate that it has to take other people's heartbreak and other people's loss for proper attention to be given. This case involving my sister, St. John's, said. In November of 2018, Horsford went to a friend's sleepover birthday party at a home in Forsyth County. The next morning, the 40-year-old was found in her pajamas, unresponsive in the backyard. Until now, her family has not spoken out publicly. Their grief still is raw as the night Horsford died. It's just hard for me to talk about her, St. John's said. The Forsyth County Sheriff's Office initially ruled Horsford's death an accident, concluding she fell from a second-story balcony. The autopsy uncovered a blood alcohol level of 0.23, nearly 3 times the legal limit for driving in Georgia. Traces of Xanax and marijuana were also found. Never ever have I seen my sister sloppy, drunk, and incoherent, so I doubt that she would pick a sleepover with people she was just getting to know to start behaving that way, St. John's said. The attorney for Horsford's family, Ralph Fernandez, said despite repeated requests, police never provided any autopsy photos. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation said he didn't follow procedure. Fernandez said that's not true. When asked how unusual it is to request autopsy photos and not be given them, Fernandez said, it's never happened. It defies logic. On Tuesday, September 8th, a spokesperson for GBI told 11 Alive News that the Horsford investigation remains active and ongoing. As for the autopsy photos, there was some discussion about the autopsy photographs, but that has since been resolved. Mr. Fernandez's request for autopsy photos has been fulfilled. The placement of the body, the multitude of injuries, what I would consider to be defensive injuries, the inexplicable post-mortem bleeding, Fernandez described. The sheriff's office said it conducted a thorough, comprehensive investigation. Fernandez believes there's a strong possibility Horsford's death was a homicide. There were numerous inconsistencies in a series of statements, the disposal of evidence, the relationships between the parties, Fernandez said. I think people are just tired of seeing their loved ones taken so senselessly, Fernandez said. After the public outcry, Georgia authorities reopened the investigation at the request of the sheriff's office, but the family is not satisfied. Elizabeth Potts, Tamla Horsford's mother, said, "We just want justice. The boys, I just want justice. We need answers that make sense. None of this makes any sense. None of it," her sister St. George Jones said. You all know how hard I went in my first ever videos on YouTube after hearing about this story. I read out a lot of the different movements and motions that these people were making in the beginning. I encourage you all to go back to those previous videos to watch my reporting on this case. Let me know what you guys think. Just like with this attorney, I really agree with him. Something isn't right. I hope that she does get the justice that she does deserve. Whatever happened that night, these people were responsible. Let me know what you guys think down below. And justice for Tamla Horsford. So this couple in South Carolina decides to make jewelry based on the names of our fallen brothers and sisters. I have an article here from theguardian.com. $240 for the Brianna. Outrage as jewelry line uses names of police brutality victims. Jewelry line shuts down after using protest debris to make pieces condemned for profiting from deaths of black people. A Charleston, South Carolina arts museum has pulled a controversial line commemorating black victims of police brutality this week after receiving multiple critiques and accusations of co-opting trauma for black activists. The Gibbs Museum of Art released the collection online last week, titled Wear Their Names. It featured jewelry made out of shattered glass from windows smashed during the Black Lives Matter protests in Charleston in May this year. Pieces of jewelry were named after victims of police brutality, with differing prices for each piece, such as a $240 necklace named the Brianna for Breonna Taylor, a $45 set of earrings called the Trayvon for Trayvon Martin, and a $480 necklace called the Elijah for Elijah McClain. The couple behind the line, Paul Chalmers and Jing Wen, told a local Charleston publication that they wanted to make something beautiful out of rubble of the protests. They intended for profits from the jewelry line to go to a charity, but activists said it was wrong to try to commodify black trauma. I really don't need to read the rest of this or divulge into this any further because it's ignorant. However, this is something to think about when we think about how people are profiting off of black death. We already know that there are other groups of people that are killed by police just like us. However, these people specifically targeted black people to play off of our emotions. The same way that these people are trying to profit off of black death is the same way that the media is profiting, the same way that political leaders are profiting, the same way that police are profiting, cities, states are profiting off of our demise. This is a sad 2020 that we are living through, you guys. Please keep on your seatbelts because there is more to come. As far as Breonna Taylor's case goes, I'm still doing my own due diligence before speaking out, with researching what has came out pertaining to her case. It's a lot of faulty things going on, and I hope you guys are keeping your eyes on this case. I am. And it's heartbreaking. It really, really is. You got people online calling her a trap queen, and it's terrible. It really is terrible. But I'm going to keep digging. I'm going to keep looking into this case. If you've heard anything new, or if you know anybody close to the situation, by all means let me know, and I want to hit them up and talk to them a little bit more. Rest in peace to Breonna Taylor. With her death, it seems like it shows a lot of disrespect to our women. And I hope this changes. I really do. But until then, justice for Breonna Taylor. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to LA Show's current events. Of course, I have more stories to tell you guys, so be sure to go into the description box down below and click the links. Follow me on all of my social media platforms and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications, and I will be back with more.